Hi Steve, talking today after the 2-0 win over Hednesford. Definitely the response we wanted, really.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I mean, obviously, with the game being away at Peterborough Sports, I'm talking about, which was our last game, no opportunity to have an interview, but that was disappointing. You know, I don't want to be all doom and gloom because I really want to sort of fire that back straight away. That it was a fantastic response. Yes, there were circumstances on Tuesday that we didn't start right with travel and whatever. It was a nightmare from start to finish, especially personally. But there was a chat amongst Chris and I with the group, and I couldn't have asked for a better response. It was sort of quite a serious chat. I mean, we've gone through quite a big period now. Especially in the league, so it needed addressing. We've had a couple of lads come in, really pleased for the lads, Ramar and Marcus, and I mean, it was a good performance. Not being great, probably. Being a little bit critical, probably. That 1-0 at half time was always going to make it a little bit, sort of nervy, but no, in the end it was a great victory, and I think one that we can build on.
Yeah, and it was can you get a better start than that, really? 1-0 up in probably a minute, if that?
No, I mean, we said, on the whiteboard there, sort of like set plays, on opportunities to score. Very clever play by Ronnie. He stayed in an offside position for a very long time, which pushed the Hednesford defenders back. Went and got himself onside. Ball was excellent, which is what we've been asking for, and the ball's in the back of the net. As I say, not being sort of moaning, but probably that would have been the time that we could have probably, sort of pushed on. I thought the territory that we had and the possession that we had, the two lads up front really held the ball up well, and that second goal, it was crying out, but didn't quite happen, and obviously made the second half a little bit of a contest, but nice that we got ourselves in front yet again.
Yeah, and I think obviously more than anything today, 3 points was the real priority.
Yes, it was. Without going back on past performances, we did have that chat because of the league form. It hasn't been good enough. We've had tough games and we've had a tough period, but we're not the only ones. We're literally down to the bare bones. I'm not going. Don't think the interview's long enough for me to comment on all the lads that are injured. But what I will say is the lads that are not and that have just kept going, that deserves an awful lot of praise, because they've shown a tremendous amount of character, which I'm really pleased with them.
Yeah, I mean, someone like Graffer's rolling back the years there. Thought he was pretty solid at left back today.
I'm going to be even more praiseworthy than that. I think he was excellent. I really do. I mean, Dan, it just belies belief, really. 55 and packed up for a good period of time, but I mean, sort of remember it well in those last years, but he just looks fantastic, and sort of hope everything will be okay for him to put him up for himself up for selection on Tuesday. He's a fantastic character. He's a great personality. Not only do the players look up to him, I think Chris and I do. The supporters do, which is fantastic. I mean, he's absolute credit to himself, how he handles himself. And I think he's probably one of the first ones that it will be one of the last, I would imagine, in games. He wants to get to a certain amount of games, which I totally respect, and playing like that, he's got every chance of doing so.
Yeah, and obviously you touched on the injury situation there, and obviously we keep saying it, games coming thick and fast. There's Needham Market on Tuesday. Are any of them who missed out today in contention? Or
I think Brights might be. The others will be a no. You know, we've got obviously a little bit of worry. Ronnie come off with a calf problem. Maz come off with a calf problem also. You know, it does see an awful lot of, you know, sort of injuries that are coming. I wouldn't say it's overuse as such, but you know, we've really got to be, you know, we've really got to be careful with what's happening. You know, we've got Matt, we've got Spiros, we've got Brights, we've got Tom Newman, we've got Harry Draper, you know, Bateman, and it's just, you know, sort of hit a all-time high of injuries, and as you say, you know, sort of another very important game on Tuesday. The only thing I would say about the league, everybody's having to play. Yeah. So I would say probably Needham are, you know, sort of struggling, as it were, possibly. You know, they've got the travel, so you know, I think if we can show the intent that we did today, you know, whatever 11 we've got that, I'll be proud of what's happening.
Nice one. Cheers, Steve.
You're welcome.